Buyamana wanu mwanchu moliro Ndizi TV ansondonsi oberete nande nigo charagire Chinsa Isano Ibere karongo kwaria ni asemesa ya magana maya vanaendete gwateka imena isiko ya Gusii no kuboli kwane na wikaransu ikindi nkoerere asinjira yuko yachuta vanaendete gwateka kuruchingongo inye Chinsa irianyi moja sugusu amo nabasongo chitariki ni kumenesa nesto motienyo kianda umwaka ujirubere na merongibere nesto ekera mange netakorekana imena isiko ya Gusii gati yale netakorekana na alibuna ekina keriki kurigerigose Finance Act ekine kyone yokegendete kurigerigwa ase kambero kemirimani ase county ya Nairobi onyorubune ekine kyone yokigetiwe abosiwe kambero no mosenata bwe county ya Busia okiyo mtata asebono abantu aba bayendete kuriberengera byabo igoro yekina ekyo mokonyi bumuraibwe enseri gashagwa no ale ase county no ale asensemo osasense ya Colombia anekero ensi yendete kubikuwa matobia nense ya Kenya mo wasiri bolendi boime kitura kindiki no ale ase county ya Lamu anekeragendete kubekemerubiri ao yeserikali na ndunyirebuna mu wasiri oyo ni wanyarede gakuraliwa komu wasiri omunyamokia osoendete gukora imirimo ya yabuyagati yabo wasiri bandi ngokwale no bana into ikomwelyo Yorona notora semitandao Facebook tonyora Ndizi TV News Digital wega sensemo ya YouTube na bako tonyora Ndizi TV News okonya chinga kina bako tweet @Ndizi TV News wekerengera kyawe tome gwetera se namba era se screen igora bukaba mona inche wikomwelyo karto kubadera na chosho utakurwa sensemo yomonu wemayerelyo John Kebati ane kuna mwalogine chibi chako cheira senjera ya bene Eriane Brighton Makori Asoka jakabono teotonya chake koru ase kambero kemirimani ase county ya Nairobi ase kina kerigie kwa mereli Finance Act 2023 egendete gotegererwa ase kambere kyo onyerobune kine kya begete osine okire tubosi we kambero no mosenata bwe county ya Busia okiyo mtata asibono aba bagendere kuri birengere byabo bakorawa gosaba wakiri gosaba bakwegerera obwene bomanya abantu nigo bagendere kuri birengere byabo ase eke igambere kyo anenekera abange bakoboli buna Finance Act eyenyara kiko tukuterwale egekugera nigegendete komiga abakenya
of budgeted corruption in the estimates of the current expenditure that has been given, and those are highlighted out, and those recurrent and those the budgeted corruption, including that involving domestic debts, goes to more than 1 trillion shillings, which if removed, we don't have to have this punitive taxation that the Kenyans are being subjected to. We have highlighted those things in our submissions. Finally, I will submit that the finance bill, as presented to the National Assembly, as published by the National Assembly, was a bill concerning county governments that ought to have been taken to the Senate, but was not, and that voids the finance bill ab initio in its entirety. Also, the fact that it is anchored onto provisions, onto the budget estimates and Appropriation Act, which themselves violated the Constitution, then it's also void ab initio. So, my lords, with those few remarks, I plead with the court. Just very close.
Sense moya ye umurai bwe kyombekeri kyabaigere liberi chiko sense ya Kenya Eric Theuri gose Law Sat of Kenya Eric Theuri nere niganyarega kure birengere byaye anene asekambere kyo asenere abatabuna abagwakiri abange nigo batagete Finance Act yo nyarege kurusi wororo kolengana barabo tiyabwatiri chiko ase okorosiwa.
Petition by the Law Society has challenged Section 7 and Section 84 of the Finance Act. I adopt the submissions that have been made with regards to the housing fund. My Lord, I just want to add that in terms of the constitutional test of purpose and effect, as set out in Article 201 of the Constitution, we submit that that amendment fails to meet the constitutional threshold. The fact that, my Lord, Section 84 amends the Employment Act, and the preamble to the Employment Act defines it as an act that seeks to define the basic conditions of employment and related purposes.
Omoseneta we county ya Nyamira Okongo Mugeni oyore asikine kyo sensemo yabali bakwamereria Finance Act yonera nigatebrebuna engana ye Finance Act nigetakire gotugoterware egekogerati ya bwatiti richiko nande nigebwate birengo bitari wanjerwa n'Abakenya abange igonetakire enyareke gotugoterwa ale.
The provisions of Article 109(3), which says that a bill not concerning county government is considered only in the National Assembly. So any bill that is not concerning county government, that legislative authority is conferred on the National Assembly. What then is a bill concerning county governments? And then that answer is provided for in Article 110 of the Constitution. And Article 110 states that in this Constitution, a bill concerning county government means a bill containing provisions affecting the functions and the powers of county governments. The bill, the impugned finance bill that is before this House, it's not in dispute that it amended Section 31 of the Employment Act, and it created housing levy or housing tax that's supposed to be deducted by the question is
Magega yoroboti kubwatu kwa bunomo wasiri boborendi bwime kiture kindigi nigo aleng agendrete gokora buya ase wisara yaye nikiumbegeri kya infotrack ya buritwegoro nigo muwasiri oyo ritkulia rero igo agendere ni taro yaye yoko igora magendero ao osikokora emiroberio ase wisare yo ekero atarire obisi ya Lamu East Sub County imeye county ya Lamu ekero achakiri obisi bene nonye nabo ritkuligoro nigo muwasiri oyo atarete asensemo ya Embu Regional Immigration Office ase aboreti Abakenya bali banyarete bakubwata chi passport kolende mbaracho igoika kurugoika mbaracho ikororo banyare bagokora boigo gose lichiko bekwa litindi irire bali bakuoya gose bali bako sabe serikali obokonyi nande mbakubokorera emirimo.
We have discovered after we improved on our service delivery that we have quite a number of uncollected passports, including in this office. This office alone in Embu is holding approximately 6,000 uncollected passports. Nairobi is holding somewhere between 20 and 30,000 uncollected passports. And the other regional offices also are having some uncollected passports. And therefore, on Wednesday, we are going to initiate a nationwide rapid results initiative on collection of passports. And we are going to make it mandatory for all the people of Kenya who have applied for passports, and we have printed those passports. We have those passports. They must collect those passports within the period that we are going to announce on Wednesday. And every person, we will even publish those passport numbers and those public holders with a notice that they must come and collect them. If they don't, we will announce the measures we will take, because you can't put us under pressure as immigration officers to give you a passport. Then when it is printed, you don't come for it. Some of them we have tried sending them SMS messages, calling them to come and pick, and they are not in a hurry. So we will force everyone to come and pick their passports within a certain period of time. If they don't pick, we will apply the law in terms of making sure that we find a way of disposing and closing that chapter.
Ekartoko sukabosio omwaziri bubolendi bwechinze chesiko the defense minister Dani Ndware nigobona rurege kurege tindigo che ase mokenyo de bwenzi odorora toekane kabwate ebundu kimamincha nerichiko nigaya kwaneta ya sensemo ya Tiati county ya Baringo ekero akorete taro gocha sensemeyo anene kolgeri amachoni aliarensemeyo sabanyanyimbo bara sensemeyo ngakibagendete kobeka oborendi ase ensemeyo ona ekurege tindi yokiarugo chonde bwensi oratware ebunduki ase baboriwe airani gosachirwe.
Nyinyi hamwezi kuulizwa. You have no powers to approve disarmament. You have no powers. Hata alikuwa anaulizwa viongozi wanawauliza nini? Disarmament is approved by the National Security Council, chaired by the President. Na mimi ni member. Mimi na CDF. Bunduki ya Kenya ni ya KDF na other security agencies. Tutalete hile hamujawahi kusikia disarmament. Hamujawahi kusikia. Kama uko na bunduki, tafadhali peana sahi. Peana county commission. Peana. Na vile Gusii amesema, hii MPR, either kila mtu atapewa, ama kila mtu atakosa. Hii soria unapeana group kidogo hapa, unawaachia group ingine. That is not the policy of President William Ruto.
Abamanyi bamarwaire abawanene kwerwase county ya Omabei nigobono banyarire bagukwanira anene obukomentekana ku burwaire bwa kansa ase ensemeyo asibono babori bunemero benetakire kubekwa erikorigereria na kiama abantu bensemeyo barakorerwa oboringori na konyoro obwenia asinjira ya bwango hangati ya marwaire yagendete gochanda manya bantu anene asinsi ya Kenya.
The cost of managing cancer is extremely expensive. This is one of the most, if not the most expensive disease to treat. The cost of chemotherapy and radiotherapy is extremely high because you need to use extremely advanced machines and you need highly specialized staff to manage those machines. And the sad part is, despite all the costs that are involved in treating cancer at an advanced stage, the outcomes are extremely poor. We all have relatives or we know people who've died of cancer, even high-profile people in the society who've gone for treatment in India, have gone to US, have gone to UK, but the outcomes have been poor. So the cost is extremely high. People spend millions in treating cancer in this country. But if you come to this camp and we catch it early, we are able to treat it completely for free. So we encourage people to come early. We do continuous screening so that we can improve on our indicators. And we can also prevent it totally by having vaccinations ongoing of school-going children. We hope that we are able to catch these cancers early so that we prevent our people from having untreatable cancers or cancers that require them to seek expensive treatment in Moi.
Omorembe nigobono oenekiwe kwiranira asensemeli ya Narok na mubaga gatio mubaga onarok na Migori anene kerasa matuko abwango igobo sagari wanyarabo bakorekana ase ensemeyo kupatikana nabo bisaba banyimbo amana bamenyi bensemeyo nigobatiruna kupatikana umusangano bakoreta ase ensemeyo nigobono baigwananire buno kungusana no konye kogendete ase ensemeyo ngorigo chikwenekiwa ase matuko ali bwango iga ekero chombe chebetukuru ase ensemeyo bono cheraniriwe abanyene.
Kulikuwa na ng'ombe 18 ambazo zilipotea tarehe 23 mwezi wa 7 na tumekuwa tunafuatilia. Nataka nichukue nafasi hii niseme kwamba tunafuraha kama watu wa Narok kwamba ng'ombe 7 zimepatikana Kwa hivyo tumekubaliana kwamba zile zingine 11 siweze pia kurudishwa kwa amani.
Ni watu wachache ambao sisi wenyewe kama wananchi unakuta tunawajua na wanafanya jambo kama hili katika maeneo yetu. Sisi ni jukumu letu kuhakikisha kwamba tunaungana na serikali, hasa uongozi wa security, kutambua hawa watu ili waweze kuchukuliwa hatua, wasikosanishie amani na ule umoja ambao tuko nao kama wakazi wa eneo hili.
Katika kaunti hizi zetu mbili, Narok pamoja na Migori, tumekubaliana ya kwamba zile ng'ombe ambazo ziliibiwa ni kwamba ziweze kurudishiwa mwenyewe, ambazo zilikuwa zimezalia ng'ombe 11 na zilikuwa zimepatikana 7. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni kitu ambacho tumeafikiana. Pia jambo la pili ambalo tumeafikiana ni kwamba ardhi hii ambayo inaleta mzozo tuweze kuilima kwa masikizano na kukubaliana kuweka agreement ambazo zinaweza kuwa za kutulete ili mwingine asiweze.
Ense ya Kenya nigendete gotingyo matebu ayo buya nense ya Colombia ayani gago chekero bono ense ya Kenya nense yanyarige kubeko kubwatana eriba gochigosira obonchoreri ao amo noboremi ase ense ya Kenya itaro yakwaritwe no mukonyi bumurayi bwense rigatika shawa gochi ase ense yo ya Colombia nigo bono yekeranire buna ense yo nigo bari kirense aliba gochikubwatarana nense ya Kenya asomo konyo yubumurayi bwense rigatika shawa akwanire obuya bwetare yo nande merobiriki ya bekirugati serikali ya Kenya na Colombia.
Of the people of the two countries. Again, it was also important that President Gustavo Petro assigned his vice president the task of reconnecting with Africa. The population of Colombia is diverse, and we have many people of Colombia of African descent. And it is important that the people of Colombia trace their roots. It is important that they reconnect with their ancestors. And the visit of the Vice President to Africa, and specifically to Kenya, has opened doors for that reconnection. I want to say that in 2 to 3 years, those critics will come to appreciate that reconnecting with Africa was a well thought out policy, as there will be gains not just for the people of Colombia, but people of Kenya and the African continent in general. Thank you.
Aibono nararinga yo Chinsa Isano na Ibere chauno sukulingo kubona genda kuliria Ndizi TV na Rubans Gusii asemerubirito ya kirarito kana chiko chikoraga Chinsa ikomino konyora yo mana mange mnaendete gwateka ime na isiku ya Gusii nyurantora sense mu mitandao Facebook tonyole Ndizi TV News Digital wega sense mo ya YouTube na botonyora Ndizi TV News yakarengera kyawe getumi gwethera se namba irase screen igora kulinde korade gututare na botutara wikasa magajo embassy a new Brighton apartment ase amangana turakwa namo naye gosekerora toretere karengera kyao ime ya Ndizi TV na Rubans Gusii twarumu wasomia antwaro bulirubya ime ya Ndizi TV na Rubans Gusii etwabaderna chosho to yone kuna mali ogine chibi etwabaderna chosho uta oyore ngorwa sense meri yo monube mayerelio ekero John Kebati ene kuna mali ogine chibi jago cheire asenjera ya bene eliane Brighton Makori.